Hello friends, it is I, Stephanie Webb from lindystitches, here to talk about cross stitch. You're here, I'm here, the turkeys are here, so let's begin. This last weekend was Needlework Expo for the fall of 2021, so it was our second wholesale needlework trade show where shops could come into my virtual booth, which was really right here at home in my studio, and check out my new stuff. We could virtually chat and they could place orders, and it went really well, and I'm really humbled and thankful. My job as a cross-stitch designer, I say sentences and then I hear myself say them and I'm like, that is such a ridiculous sentence. My job as a cross-stitch designer, here's my sentence, can be a real roller coaster. Whee! Being a designer, guys, it's so dramatic. No, what I'm talking about is that I would lay in bed at night thinking about how I had made too much product. I had printed too many patterns. I had Lois at Lady Creates make up too many kits, and what was going to happen was that no one was going to want them, and I would be stuck with this mountain of stuff that I had created that no one liked. In reality, it all left, and now I am reprinting my patterns because I sold out of everything. And that's why I say it's a roller coaster. You start like questioning your own judgment of things. But I'm just gonna stay on the roller coaster because it's an amazing experience. I'm just really thankful. And I know people are gonna get on and talk about Expo and say the same things over again. So I won't belabor the point. I just want to say thank you if you purchased one of my patterns. This week I am releasing all the stuff into my shop, so if you're watching this on Friday, you might want to skedaddle over and check out what's there. Thank you. I am at this point in the video going to show you. You know I love to get crazy. You know I like to make a total dork of myself. I have no shame, apparently. Here is the video that I made for shop owners. Let's get this cross-stitch party started. My name is Stephanie Webb. My company is lindystitches. I design cross-stitch patterns that make people happy, particularly happy in the fall. I'm so glad you joined me because I'm going to show you my full fall lineup. It's for Needlework Expo happening at the end of August. Now, normally during these videos, I really pull out all the stops and humiliate myself by dancing. I just wasn't in the mood today. You'll have to forgive me. I'm gonna do the next best thing and play you a song. Let's talk first about my Christmas selection, which I am pretty sure is going to be my hot ticket item this year. It is my limited edition kits. Now, just a heads up, I, for every event, have made a limited edition kit, and it always sells out, so you might want to waddle on over. There is not a per shop limit this time, but I am still anticipating not having enough. Let's talk about what it is. So a couple years ago, I released the blue-footed booby pattern called Beach Dance. and it was one of my best sellers for the year. People are still stitching it. It is funky and adorable, but I learned about boobies, and I learned that there are more than one type of booby. The blue footed just gets all the attention because he's the most flamboyant, but almost equally flamboyant is his cousin, who looks like this, the red-footed booby. And I saw that picture and I was sold. Here's what the kit looks like. It is called December Dance, and it features 2 patterns, an ornament, and the red-footed booby pair dancing on the beach. They do this little adorable waddle to attract their mates. I'm sure your husband did too. So in the kit, you get practically everything you need to make the ornament. Both patterns, all the stuff you need to make the ornament, or nearly all. So let me tell you what's in here, because it's pretty awesome. You're not going to need to scrounge much up. You get the lilac Lugana, you get the turquoise polka dot backing fabric, you get the hand-dyed pom-poms, black and white gingham ribbon, the silver candy cane charm, 2 pieces of mat board, interfacing template, white-headed pin that goes in the top, and full finishing instructions. Whew! That's the December Dance kit. I am so proud of this. It was produced, the finishing and the kit production were done by Lois at Lady.Creates, who is stinking amazing. So that is December Dance. Soon enough, it is going to be September, and you know what that means. Sampler September, the month where stitchers love to focus on, stitch, buy, kit up samplers. And so I decided to participate in the enthusiasm with a sampler of my own. A couple years ago, I came out with Mary Mary Needleworker. She is one of my best-selling patterns. People are still stitching her. They just love the cacophony of garden and stitching motifs. Really sweet. And this year, her sister showed up, and her name is Susie. To be exact, Susie Samplermaker. Here is Susie, and I'm very proud of her. She is the perfect blend of beautiful colors and fun motifs. I will read you the verse. It says, Susie Samplermaker, how does your garden grow? With houses and deer on old linen and flowers lined up in a row. And she is so much fun to stitch. Her skirt is half the size of Mary's, because Mary's skirt is a little bit intimidating. So she's standing sideways, but she's gazing out onto her lovely sampler garden, which contains funky deer, funky houses, flower motifs, birds. I just love this penny border on the bottom. She has a lot of fun. She's stitched on 32 count vintage country mocha linen, which is easy to obtain, using a variety of classic colorworks, Weeks dye works, and DMC. And she is suited perfectly to fit, charted perfectly to fit in an 11 by 14 frame, just like her sister Mary. And so she makes a lovely companion. The rest of my 3 patterns all are fall themed, which I love because fall is my absolute favorite, especially because I think I've been dubbed the Turkey Queen, and if I haven't yet, I would definitely like to be considered a good candidate for the cross-stitch turkey queen, please? I don't know. If you don't think I'm worthy yet, take a look at this release. It is called Autumn Strolls. And get out of town. I think this is one of the best things I've ever designed. It says Autumn Strolls make thankful souls, and this is so much fun. It contains 2 turkeys, straight from my imagination, and a bird in the middle that I didn't realize doesn't actually live on my continent. But I'm saying that he's here visiting family for the holidays. He is a cockless pheasant, and he is an Asian bird, but he looks good in the lineup, right? I love this piece because the borders are all different, making for not boring stitching. This is stitched on 36 count Nantucket Eve linen by Seraphim Fabrics. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous blue. And yeah, used a variety of Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works, and DMC. I included this little motif with nothing in it in the chart so that stitchers can chart their own initials in place of mine. And I love this because autumn strolls do make thankful souls. I love autumn. I love turkeys. What else is there to say? Next up, a duo of Halloween patterns you do not want to miss. This duo of patterns is called Halloween Tails, T-A-I-L-S, and they are adaptations of 2 pieces of art by Terry Runyan, who I found on Instagram, and I fell in love with her work. And so, yes, I have full permission from Terry. Really, nothing needs to be said because look. This piece is called Purple Transport, and the colors alone just kill me, let alone the fact that it is a cat riding a purple horse through the moonlight. Get out of town, right? Here's the original artwork by Terry, and I tried the best I could to get the colors right and the feel of the piece, and Terry has given me her seal of approval for Purple Transport. But my favorite of the duo, and this is what really started it off with Terry, brace yourself please. Behold, Franken's cat. Could you just die because I could? Oh my. I mean, what is not to love here? We have a Frankenstein cat wearing a suit jacket with a tiny little bat hanging from his tail, wearing combat boots on a stormy, creepy night. I mean, can you even? Because I can't. Here's Terry's artwork. So yeah, so thankful to Terry for working with me, and you absolutely have to pick up a copy of Halloween Tales. Both patterns are 100 by 100 stitches, so they are fun little Halloween projects. And I worked with 2 different linens. This one is a color and cotton 32 count called Papayalope, and it is entirely in DMC. Purple Transport is on 32 count Riviera Olive by Witchelt, and it has 3 Weeks Dye Works, and the rest is DMC, and they make a lovely, lovely creeptastic pair. And both patterns in one package. Last but not least is my smallest pattern, It's a great little add-on. It is part 3 of my Happy Habitat series that has been going all year. Spring was Hedgehog House, summer was Eagle Manor, and for the fall we have Vulture Villa. So this is Vlad the Vulture, and he is sitting on his little mailbox waiting for the mail to arrive. We're all guilty. Got to get our LNS mail as soon as possible so we can start that next project. He is a very fun stitch. He is exactly the same size as my other tarts, and I just finished him with some Buster Brown's lace from Lady Creates. Adorable and perfect for a beginner stitcher. That's it. That wraps it up. I am so excited about Needlework Expo. I will see you there with all of these good things. No cats or pasta was harmed in the making of this video. I will talk to you later, friends. See you at Expo. Bye. I might have watched one of my favorite movies of all time. Again, School of Rock. I hope you were able to handle that. I definitely can't handle watching it ever again. So you can find all that stuff in my shop, as well as 2 deluxe project bags. This is the bag for Susie Samplermaker by Tara 805 Stitcher, and it comes with all sorts of goodies and doodads, and you can find those in my shop. And Autumn Strolls also has a project bag. Could not find a good turkey fabric because apparently turkeys are totally underappreciated unless you're gonna find a naked turkey on a plate like you're eating it. That's on fabric. Cartoon turkeys, nothing that fully appreciates their glory. So we ended up with these really adorable acorns for the main fabric. And let me just say the floss pack for Autumn Strolls is divine. So those are in a limited quantity in my shop. Thanks for looking at my new stuff. Honestly, I can't believe you sat through that because, geez. The giveaway for this video is going to be fun. I showed you Terry Runyan's artwork, and I am going to be giving away my print for Purple Transport. So this is a print from Terry's shop, and if you would like to be entered to win the print and some more goodies that I will shove in the bag, go ahead and tell me what your favorite Halloween costume was as a child, or an adult, I suppose. Your favorite Halloween costume. I will be searching for the word costume, and you can be entered. This is for people over the age of 18 and willing to share their postal address with me. So, the word costume. The rest of today's video is going to be showing you the projects that I have worked on since we spoke last. It has been longer than I thought it was, and I've stitched on quite a few things. I'm not going to show you everything I worked on, but the things that I enjoyed. I might save a few for my next video, which is going to come out in a couple weeks, because I have a special thing going on for Needlework Galleria that I need to share with you. So we'll save a few of my whips to talk about then. We're also going to intersperse it with just things I'm enjoying and things that I love. And I want to start this series of showing you lovely things by sharing with you my weird basket collection, because I recently was able to add to it. Now, my weird basket collection was not a collection at first because I only had one. My friend gave me this adorable chicken basket because she knows how much I love funky animal things. And isn't it adorable? Little did I know there were other animal baskets out there to be found, because I went to the thrift store. By the way, thank you so much, Nicole. You did not know what kind of thing you were creating in my life. I found this at the thrift store and I was like, shut up. Look at it. His little feet. Do any of you have weird animal baskets? I didn't even know this was a thing. But I'm really excited because last weekend I found what might be my favorite so far. Can you guess what it is? Surely you can. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. I wish he had something on his rump, but he just has a plain rump. But, you know, the very vintage and falling apart velvet ribbon around his neck kind of makes up for that. And the fact that he has a waddle. Life is wonderful, isn't it? I need to Google animal baskets because who knows what else is out there that I need to pay attention to. All right, let's start with my new birthday start. On my birthday, I spent weeks overthinking whether I was going to have a new start. And I could not make up my mind. Couldn't make up my mind. Finally on my birthday, just like, okay, let's just start something. I don't even care, just do it. And so I decided to start Light My Candle by Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. I did not know this was one of her first patterns. She told me that. I was like, it's so great. Light my candle. And then this side says, the pumpkins get lit on All Hallows Eve. And it's meant to be a needlebook, but I'm rotating one of the squares so that I can make it into a little wall hanging. It's going to be so adorable. Yes, 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 yes. So here's what I have so far. I'm using all the called for colors. And I'm going to make it into a wall hanging and like do it with the points hanging down and then somehow do some tassels here. I don't know, I've never like done tassels, so that'll be interesting. But isn't that gonna be cute? Imagine. Of all the seasons, I have the most, by far, I have the most fall finished pieces. So when I change decoration seasonally, I have the biggest fall haul by so far it's not even funny, and yet I cannot stop starting fall things. It's okay. Do I have a single piece of spring stitching that wasn't like one of my patterns? I don't think I do. But what can you do when spring is so inferior to fall? I am almost done with one of my not forgotten farm pieces because I have two going right now. I'm almost done with Cat in the Moon, and I am planning on making this into a flower bag as shown because that's adorable. This has been such a fun stitch. All I have left are the little stars that are popcorned everywhere, and I will be done with this stitch. So much fun. I love it. See? I don't know why I'm holding them on the wall. That's weird. Alright, I'm gonna get a little braggy as a mother here, and I don't think I've done this before, but I want to show you something that one of my kids created. My daughter Phoebe has been in ceramics class, and she has really taken to sculpting, and I have to show you two of her creations. I'm sorry, but I have to. This is a frog and a toad having tea. I mean, I don't know. If she lets me keep this, it might have been worth the 15 years so far of raising her. That's how cute it is. The kid has great taste, what can I say? Okay, brace yourself, because this one might even be cuter. This one is a little pool with pigs swimming. And this one is definitely mine. I don't care what she says, because look at that little baby pig. Can you see it? Look. Camera's not gonna focus, sorry. Coke Zero, another one of my favorite things lately. They redid their flavor a little bit. It's not like drastically different, but if you liked Coke Zero before and you haven't tried it recently, it's so good. We might have gone through 2 big cases in the last couple weeks because it's delicious. I am not sponsored by Coke, but if Coke wants to sponsor me, they can. Next up, I'll show you my other not forgotten farm piece. This is called Folk House. This got some poolside stitching time. I don't know why, but I'm constraining myself to doing the boring parts of this pattern first. I'm doing this on a piece of pistachio by Color and Cotton, which is a very nice mint green. If you want a good mint green that's not too in your face mint, you know, like that gum that you can't chew very long because it's so overpowering. This is a nice gentle mint. And here's my boring house. I feel like I've already made you stare at it too long. Here's what it looks like on the wall. I have problems. I just can't wait to put myself in here in the dress with my 2 fat cats. Okay, other handmade things that I love. Miss Misty Purcell made me this beautiful tomato for my birthday with the tiniest strawberry. And it's made of wool. It's really squishy. Squishy is not a word. I really like the texture of it, and I can see why making these would be really fun. Really cute. I think she talked about how she made these a couple videos ago, so maybe you could toddle on over to Luminous Fiber Arts and check it out. Thank you, Misty. I love this. All right, next whip is Elizabeth Isles. This is by the Scarlet Letter. And I've been enjoying working on this. I started this in May, and I love it. I love the weird angel border. I love the weird bird. I am going to put some Tom Rosenthal lyrics in here, but I haven't picked which song. I absolutely love Tom Rosenthal. I think he's a genius. I talk about him quite frequently, although truth be told, I don't have any company with my love of Tom Rosenthal, so I'm still looking for some super fans to connect with. so that I can become a groupie in England, you know, after my kids move out. I'm in a very strange mood today. I'm sorry. Okay, this is on 32 count vintage country mocha. I looked up the DMC. I think it's done in a Veriswa and has a DMC conversion. I looked up the DMC. I'm doing some overdyes and kind of making stuff up a little bit. Yeah, I'd say I'm doing a 50% color change, but trying to stay true to the spirit of the original. I am making some of my pasty white angels brown skinned, because we are a multicultural, multicolored family here, and everybody needs represented. So that's what I have. And, oops, I showed you my back side. Did you catch that? I finished the whole border, just one line. That line is 3 lines of stitching, so I haven't carried that down yet, but look, here's a weird head. You know? Look at that hairdo. That angel needed to brush his hair. My favorite book as of late. I bought this as a gift to myself. And if you like accessible poetry, Mary Oliver is your girl. This is Mary Oliver Devotions. It is a selection of all of her poems. She selected them, and it's a thick book, but it's like the best of the best. I just love reading through this. I'm just savoring every page, and I'm writing in it, and it's just stinking glorious. It's so good. If you've never read Mary Oliver, I'm sure you actually have. You just don't realize that some of the quotes you've seen are hers. Oh, I love this book so much. She just has this effect on you of helping you to sit down and think about how wonderful life is, and how you should take yourself and your life seriously as the precious thing that it actually is. I'm in a weird mood today just because I'm just feeling the sorrows of the world, you know? I'm worried about many things. I'm worried about Afghanistan. I'm worried about people that I know that are in the hospital, you know, one of which is my age, and she just, you know, she keeps knocking on death's door. I'm worried about my friend who is getting a kidney transplant today, which is a happy thing. I'm worried about my CASA kid. I'm worried about I'm just feeling the anxiousness, you know, worried about healthcare workers that are burnout and stressed out, and it's just a lot. And I just listed that list because I know that you probably have days like that too. And so here I am, you know, surrounded by silly things that in comparison are probably dumb. You know, like animal wicker baskets. But that's life, right? I mean, I'm gonna read you a poem at the end. That got heavy real quick. I'm gonna save my haul for next video. Let's just skip to the poem. I just gonna read the poem now. This may be the weirdest video I have ever made. How does one go from wearing a wig, making your cat play the piano, to like, and this is the list of things I am worried about. I don't really know how I got here, but I'm gonna stick with it. This is the mash of my life, you know. I'm blessed by you and your company, and that we can get together and celebrate making beautiful things, and that doesn't mean nothing, but there's so much more, and sometimes the so much more is heavy, and today it feels heavy, and so here we are. I made my list of worries, and the Bible tells me to cast all of my anxieties upon the Lord because He cares for me. And I believe that's true, and that's what I keep doing, because I just don't know what else to do sometimes. So, this poem relates to what I've been saying, you know, just the weird everything. And before I read this, I want to say my condolences to Cynthia Brew. And if I could give you a big hug, I would. If I could give all of you a big hug for just what we've been through this last couple years, I would. I think, you know, a line of 6,000 hugs would do me good. I'm not gonna cry. This poem is called Lines Written in the Days of Growing Darkness. And again, I am not here to depress you, but to just be a friend. At the end of this poem, I wrote a big yes. So that's where we're going, the big yes. My camera ate my footage of me reading the poem, so here's a nice voiceover. Lines Written in the Days of Growing Darkness by Mary Oliver. Every year we have been witness to it, how the world descends into a rich mash in order that it may resume. And therefore, who would cry out to the petals on the ground to stay, knowing as we must how the vivacity of what was is married to the vitality of what will be? I don't say it's easy, but what else will do if the love one claims to have for the world be true? So let us go on, cheerfully enough, this and every crisping day, though the sun be swinging east, and the ponds be cold and black, and the sweets of the year be doomed. Let us go on, my friends. Thank you for attending the strangest video I've ever made. May I not look back on it and regret being so weirdly vulnerable in my happiness and in my sorrow. But what else are you going to do with friends? Until next time, go on cheerfully enough this and every crisping day. Bye.